Hey everybody, NicMakesPlays here. Today I'm going to go over my Scout deck. Previously, when Scouts first came out, I did hit Master Rank #1 with Scouts and was the highest ranked Scout player in the world at the time. I revisited in this format because I just really liked them, and I hit Master with them, so that's good. I've been working with them since then and done pretty good on Master Ladder with them as well. So I just want to show you my current Scout list and go over some games and how I play it. All right, let's get into it. So, the first thing to note when making a Scout deck is if you include Bannerman or not. Vanguard Bannerman, right? Allegiance, so the Demasi Allegiance, you have to have a lot of Demasi cards in your deck. Grant other allies +1/+1. The biggest thing is if you don't play this card and you run more like Bilgewater cards, you don't want to go more than 6 usually if you're running Bannerman. So I'm running 12, so I'm not running Bannerman. So I decided not to run it. I actually hit Masters with it, but then I took it out later for Auto Navigator. But anyways, the first thing to decide is that if you're not playing Bannerman, you play Jagged Butcher over Sit Through Cloud Field, the 1-drop. Because Jagged Butcher is literally a Sit Through Cloud Field, but it has a bonus ability. You usually just play as a 1-mana 2/2, but later in the game, sometimes it's just good to get the ability off if it's not out of your way. So that's important to know in building Scouts. But let's get into the deck. I just wanted to explain, like, that's the first thing kind of when you're building Scouts you want to think about is if you're playing Bannerman version or not. Anyways, 3 Fleet Feather Tracker, 3 Jagged Butcher, 3 Ranger Resolve. So these are the 1-drops. This is really good with Blight Shield Protector, and it's just good with Misfortune because you get to choose what units block it because it's Challenger. If they have a 1 defense unit, you can pull it with Fleet Tracker and just kill it for free with Misfortune's effect. Good. It's really good card because even like later in the games, you can use it just to push for big damage by pulling away the big threats, and then the rest of your board gets to attack directly. Yeah, Jagged Butcher, it's another 1-drop. As usually plays a 1-man 2/2, but has upside of Plunder occasionally, just if it happens. It's nice. 3 Ranger Resolve. I usually run 2 Ranger Resolve. I think you at least need 2 no matter what. I'm running 3 to counter a lot of the Avalanche decks and like the Shadow Isle Freyr decks. This card's insane. We can get value with it. Even a lot of mid-range matchups, if you can get a lot of trades with it, you can usually have multiple combat trades won with it just off a 1-mana card. Like let's say like you would have had 2 guys trading, but if you use Ranger Resolve, then both your guys live, both your guys die. It's pretty good value. You can use it on spells. It's just well-rounded. Like, yeah, having 3 can be weird sometimes because it's not as strong against actual unit threats and a lot of time like late game and stuff. But I run 3. I think it's very important right now. But this can give you 2 to 3 depending on the meta. Like it's not as good versus Lee Sin, but it's good versus like everything else. So we'll see. So 3 right now. 3 Bright Shield Protector for sure. Card is phenomenal. Combos well with Fleet Feather Tracker. On 1 you play this, and on 2 you play this, and you attack with the barriered Fleet Feather Tracker for a free kill. It's a really good opening. Can be good with the higher gun with like the things that the trades with the vulnerable to force a trade the barrier. Good with like Lauren Protege, just its Challenger sometimes. Could be good with Valor, off Quinn, Genevieve, all kinds of good stuff. Really good card. Other card is Hired Gun. This card is really good. I thought when this card first came out, I thought very highly of it. When summon grant the strongest enemy vulnerable. This is really good because if they play a 1-drop, it's like a say 2/1 or a 2/2. You just turn 2, play this, and then you kill it for free. So you have to start the free +1 by getting a free. You kill one of the cards for free. It's good because it's like Fleet Tracker where it doesn't lose value later in the games too much. A lot of 2-drops fall off later in the game, but Bright Protector included and Hired Gun both are actually good mid and late game because they do valuable things. This vulnerable is also enough for the turn. It's permanent, and stats are just good. So I think Hired Gun's pretty good. 3 Sharp Sight, new card. Burst, give me +2/+2, and I can block units with Elusive this round. Usually just use this as a battle trick, combat trick. The block Elusive this round just useful, randomly, honestly. I mean, even if Elusives aren't like in the meta too much, you still will face off Elusives every now and then, or like just random Elusive decks, or random Zap Sprayfin and stuff like that. So yeah, it was good. 3 Laurent Protege, just 2 forward, 3 mana Challenger. Good stat line, kills 3/2s. Yeah, pretty good. If you run Bannerman, it makes you get 3/5s good too. It's good with Genevieve buffing and Sit 3 and all kinds of good stuff. This card's just good. 3 Misfortune, one of the main cards of the deck. Whenever allies attack, do 1 to all battling enemies and their Nexus. This lets you get really good combat trades, especially their Challengers. Good to pick what blocks what. Super easy to level up the Scouts, giving you 2 attacks per turn. I actually regularly level up Misfortune and Quinn. And a lot of people say they don't see them level up that much, but I feel like I level them up like almost every game. Maybe that's exaggeration, but it does really feel like a lot. It feels like that. I definitely level up Misfortune Quinn a lot. All right, 3 Relentless Pursuit. You could run 2 for consistency, because if you don't have hands with multiples, when you're not even have like the field control, and then it's just awkward to have multiple without like actual substance. But I run 3, just maxing out the odds of winning. This is really good because your opponents on their turn a lot of time just tap out because they feel safe because you're not attacking and Pursuit and you win. But if they're like, oh, maybe he has Pursuit, I can't tap out too much, then it's still kind of rough for them, because let's say you're putting on like a lot of pressure in like a threatening field, and then they're afraid to tap out. Like, they're not really playing cards that like stop you. Then you can just open attack, and they didn't use the rest of their mana to have more defenders, and you just have a lot of pressure on them either way, and then use Pursuit next turn. So it's really good. And it gives you the Scout attack, right? You can only get 1 Scout attack per turn. This is important if you're new to the deck. So let's go over this actually real quick. All right, Scouts. The first time, only Scouts use attack each round, ready your attack. So basically, like, you can attack with Scout units, only Scout units, and then attack with all your units. Scouts get a free attack if it's only Scouts attacking. So a few things to note with this card is that you can't get that bonus twice a turn. That's important if you're new to the deck. You can't do a Scout attack, then attack everything, then Pursuit, then get a Scout attack, then attack everything. Like, you only get 1 Scout bonus per turn, like, even if you Pursue. Something else important, this is a Q combo. I only run 1 Sit 3 in this deck right now, but if you run 3, or it depends on the format and the meta, if you run more or less Sit 3s. Right now I'm running 1 as my 40th card, but it's nice with Pursuit because you can like attack, give other battling allies +1/+1 and fearsome, like attack with everything. And then once that attack goes through, you play their Pursuit, and then you just have a field of buff cards with fearsome all attacking. It's really good. And this card's also just easy to level up Misfortune and Quinn, so that's good. All right, 3 Navigator. This card was hard between this Bannerman and Grizzled Ranger. I feel Grizzled Ranger's like pretty easy to stop right now in this meta, with all the silencing, the stuns, one mana pings. It just doesn't really go wide. It can chump blocked. You play like, I mean, there's times where it'll chip in. They don't want to block it at all, and you do like 6 damage, but that's like a highlight. A lot of times it's just like they just don't care about it that much. Especially against like SI and stuff, they can just like deal with it with like chump blockers or whale or like Vile Feast into the chump block the low Badger Bear gets. This card is really good with Misfortune right away, because you just play Misfortune and then you play out the Navigator, and she has 4 defense, so it's hard to stop her attack right away, and you just attack both the guys. Yeah, you can low roll, but you can also high roll, so it's interesting. So when I'm summon a random 1-cost follower, Grand Scout. Best rolls like Crusty Codger's a 2/4, I guess. Pull Shark draws you cards, cool. Depending on what you draw. There's like just random stuff like Bark Beast, and any 2/2 is pretty good in general. But there also is like, you know, 0/3 Star Shepherds and stuff, but it's whatever. All right, 3 Riposte. This is how you answer like the big threats. You don't really want single combat in this deck because you don't really have big units you want to be trading. I have ran single combat in the past, but this format I'd rather just run Riposte. It helps against Trundle a lot too because you can't really single combat it. A lot of these guys are kind of weak, and you get a lot of advantage off the. You just want to be able to like attack. This is cool because it's versatile, right? Like same with Sharp Sight. They like, instead of single combat where like you're forced to trade like your units for something else, and you could like lose out because you might be losing single combat and a unit just for the trade. You can be aggressive with this, and this is just like you get to see their blockers and then use it. It's not really that committal, like single combat is, by using it before an attack, and they can like respond, and then like on the chain and kill your guy or whatever, protect theirs. This lets you attack and be offensive, and then use it for either damage or for protection or for combat trades, which is nice because same as Shark Sight, because single combat's just more of like a removal type thing. You can use it aggressively by removing their blockers with it. Single combat's good, but right now I'm just running 3 Riposte. Playing a more straightforward version, more aggressive, more versatile with the spells, the combat tricks, rather than having to pre-commit to single combats to like open up blockers to go for game and stuff like that. 3 Quinn, card's really underrated. I've always thought this is the best version of Scouts. I'm gonna say it right now. I was the one who first made Misfortune Lucian, and I guess it picked up popularity at some point, but I made it for fun because I already hit rank 1 with Quinn in that format, and I think Quinn's way better. Like, I get if you look at Quinn by herself, she looks pretty underwhelming because she is. But in a Scout deck, she adds a lot to the deck. She has great synergy with Misfortune, obviously. She's insane with Misfortune, like absolutely insane. And she's good with Genevieve as well. So I think that Quinn's just too important to level up the deck. The Valor's really good with Misfortune in general. I think people really underrate Quinn as a card in this deck. Like, I get in like a different deck she wouldn't be that good, but like Lucian, the Senna version is just like doesn't really do that much. Like it's really high roll. If you draw Lucian Senna, it's good, but otherwise than that, like Lucian's not really doing much for the deck at all. You mostly only level them up like with Senna, and then you can't run like Lord and Protege, or either cut space for like running Lord and Protege, then you're running 9/3 drops, which is awkward. Quinn's just more fluent. She's just better. I mean, I love her up all the time in this deck. She's really solid. And I think Valor's really good too. But yeah, Quinn's good. What do you know? A lot of times, if they have fields that just can't deal with her, I got a regular player on 5, and if you have Misfortune, you can like just clear their whole fields with Valor and stuff. Like Valor hooks their big guy, you play Quinn attack, they can't block it because you took their big guy, and then you attack again, and then you're just like loving Misfortune Quinn so much. Especially if like a Fleet Checker and Valor, then you can hook away the big guy twice and then kill it. It's pretty good. But anyways, this is the last card, so we'll get to this after. This is the 40th card. Alright, 3 Genevieve. Got nerfed to 5/4, still amazing. Barely changed anything. I mean, it makes it lose some trades that are important. Like, I guess Channel can trade with it now, but it's still really good. So it's really good. It's so good. Especially in Misfortune. Everything's good in Misfortune, but yeah, you just hook away. You get the first attack, hook away one of the weak guys, kill it, which procs up a Misfortune and Quinn level up, as well as getting rid of one of their blockers, and then you hook away that big threat next time and kill that while hooking away their blockers, and Misfortune and Quinn. It's really good. I played one Cythria. This gives the option to beat Fearsome. This helps against Tom Sirocco, which I feel is one of the harder matchups of this deck. At least my experience. I haven't theoried it too much lately. You want to go with theory more than experience, but yeah, it's just a good one-off. I mean, there's back-to-back also. I didn't really play back-to-back in the past. I mean, even when I hurt rank 1 of Scouts before Genevieve buff, I played 3 Cythria the Bold, and I really liked it. I just think this helps against jump blockers, and it's just good to draw late in the game in like low card situations where you're both top decking. Like top decking back to back won't really help. Topping back to back is good against like when you want to open attack against Shadow Freyrord type decks, but in a lot of scrambles, drawing a 6/6 for 6 is really good, especially one with this good of effect. So it's nice to have the option to get rid of Fearsome blockers and get a win condition, but that's the deck. Alright, we get Twisted Fate Swain. Traditionally, this is one of Scout's worst matchups or like harder matchups. Let's see what we draw here. Alright, so this could be really good in this matchup against Twisted Fate and Make It Rain, that kind of stuff. This is a good 1-drop. Hear me out. Hear me out. But actually, let's mull everything but these two. This is a 1-drop. Not missing a 2-up's not a big deal in this deck because this is a 3/2. It's not going to do much here without the Fleet Checker. You really want to go second with this card a lot of the time. I'd rather have Higher Gun in general because you get to play Fleet Checker on 1, this one, 2. I think it's Mulligan and try and get Misfortune. And it's okay to miss turn 2 if it happens, just because we have a lot of spells in this deck we could use with the spell like Sharp Sight. Okay. Alright, get 2 Image in here. That's good. Yeah, its range results be pretty good here. Just hope you draw Misfortune. Genevieve's good. See what he does. Okay, draw a deckhand. Alright. Okay. So we're gonna open attack here, first no matter what we draw, to avoid Make It Rain hitting more of our units. We do have range resolve though, which we're probably gonna use. We still should just do this here. I think it's pretty range resolve. Okay, we keep both of our units here. That's good. He takes no damage. Honestly, this combo is really good, but I'm sure most people know that. So next turn we can play Island Navigator. Hopefully we draw like Quinn or something. It's gonna be hard for us to deal with Gangplank also, so maybe like Repose could be good. That's pretty good for him. Yeah, let's play Higher Gun here. Yeah, I'm still hoping for Misfortune, but this is fine. Okay, let's see what we got with Island Navigator. Let's probably play like Zap Sprayfin or something. Attack for 2. Just a big. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's see what we got with Island Navigator. Okay, a 1/1 tough. Not really the best here, but not the worst. I mean, it could be 0 attack, so I'll take that, I guess. Okay, we did draw Misfortune. That's really good. Let's try. Let's play it and see what happens.
Favors the bold. The ocean is no place for the weak.
Interesting. All right. So he doesn't have Ravenous Flock, or he would have stunned this, and then he would have used Ravenous Flock on it. So first, let's get this attack in. Get this Scout attack in first to start leveling up Misfortune. Kill this with Misfortune's effect plus the Toro. Then next we can attack with this. Probably just pass back here, maybe. There's no way he has Flock, right? If he has Flock, he would have used it on Misfortune. It's much more important. Okay. Alright. Attacking with this. This way we can get the level up closer for Misfortune. And we definitely don't attack Misfortune, so we'll just block it and we'll lose our level of progress. Level of Misfortune is very powerful. Okay. Yeah, it's the easy block.
Love ya.
We may push for a lot of damage next turn, but I think it's fine. We can just play Genevieve back to back. The big perk here is that if we draw like any spell like Range Resolve or something, or like Sharp Sight, we have the spell mana banks as well. And we can use these to hook these on their Scout attack. That way they just die instantly from her bullet. So as long as they can't kill Misfortune, we're in a pretty good spot. I don't think he can right now, as far as we know. Just because he didn't use Ravenous Flock on it with the Sentry Stun. Okay. I kind of just want to play like Fleet Tracker and Navigator. Save Jenny for later to go wider. Let's just do that. Let's just play Navigator right now. Okay, Judge Treasure. We milled Range Resolve and Sharp Sight, but it mills at the bottom of the deck, so we weren't going to draw those anyway. Let's hope we draw different copies of them. Okay, let's play this. Alright. I think we're in action here. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Alright. Our field is pretty stacked right now. It's going to be tough for him to deal with this, and we have to level up Misfortune this turn, ideally. Even if he tries to flock it, we have Range Resolve now. Oh, he just surrendered straight up. Yeah, we're going to win. Alright, so I did want to get it to where like we had really cool stuff happening, and like his Misfortune level up just looks so cool, but I'm sure you guys can see that what went down. We attack with our Scouts. Misfortune's 3 out of 4, and we attack with everything regularly, and Misfortune is the 4 out of 4 level up. Very good. That mashup's supposed to be hard, but it's pretty good. Oh, wow. We're up against Nightfall. Interesting. I actually don't know who wins this matchup, to be honest. It can go either way, I guess. Alright. So, if we were going second, this would be phenomenal to have Fleet Check and your Bright Steel. Like, really, really good, but we're not. Is what it is. This can be good against him. Maybe we'll hold off on Bright Steel later to try and get, like, more of damage in, or more a good trades in later. So yeah, this is kind of awkward. If we were going again, if we were going second, this is like the dream, actually the dream. But let's see what happens. The dream would be it'd be 1 to Misfortune, Island Navigator. That's the real dream. This deck can corrupt pretty hard. Like after that, you'd want Quinn and then Genevieve. Interesting. That could be good. All right, let's see if he's a 1-drop. See if he has the Dustbringer. Pretty important turn 1 for this matchup. Okay, so he doesn't have a 1-drop. He might have Slayer Soldier, he's just saving it for Nightfall Activator, but probably still doesn't have a 1-drop. We'll see. Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah, let's just hook that and kill it next turn for free. We'll take 3 damage, no big deal. He plays Stygian Onlooker, which is attacking with the 3/3. Okay. Maybe it's Spell Cascade and just hoping we block, but it doesn't need it. Doesn't matter. Okay. Interesting. Let's see here. Oh, Unspeakable Horror. Okay, fair enough. That's pretty good. That was a solid turn for him. But we're still in a good spot. Let's see here. So let's kind of trade with this. I think we're going to play Fleet Tracker here. And hope he plays another creature, like besides Crescent Guardian. Which he wouldn't play Crescent Guardian here anyway, for just 3. Let's hope he just plays like another Nightfall Activator creature, and we'll just Bright Steel this and then kill it. And this can kill this. And win some free trades. Okay. Yeah, I just really want him to play a unit here. Any unit that's a Fleet Tracker. Interesting. I think I want to save this for later, but let's push on. If he's not going to do anything, let's just push for more damage. He's thinking awfully hard here. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Maybe it's another Unspeakable Horror or something. Or like a 2/3. Lunar Shade Stalker, and he wants Elusive, but he kind of wants to block her as well. Maybe Crescent Guardian with no effect. He probably just probably maybe his Nightfall creatures like that. And he wants to wait to get their effects off. Not really sure what's going on here. Okay. All right. Well, let's see it. Okay, get 4 damage in. Probably pass again. Mountain Goat. Okay, he went Mountain Goat to die. Interesting. Well, I wonder if that was a Nightfall activator for him because then he just used it up for no reason. These are good stat lines to block the Mountain Goat. And then now he's on the field for us to Bright Protector. Stalking Shadows, okay. That was a fast pick. I guess maybe there's only one option.
They forced us to choose death or
Let's play on Navigator here.
Something to keep us moving.
Interesting. I'll take that. This kind of forces him to block. I mean, it's going to be 6 damage. Let's go through. Sure thing.
Forgive me.
Easy. What's he thinking about, man? Okay. Alright. Okay. So our hand's pretty weak overall. We really want some stronger cards by now. Like Unispell. Misfortune would have been great. We still have time to draw on Genevieve and sit through, I guess. Alright, tackle that scouts first. Got a free attack in. See what happens. Either one goes through, we get the plunder for this. That's kind of cool. Alright, maybe defensive pill cascade or something on this. Oh, okay. I guess on this, yeah. To get the gem. Okay, we get 3 damage in now, which is fine.
Turn me to the sea.
So it only has 1 mana or 2 mana left to work with this turn. Very good. Alright, I think we're just gonna Jagged Butcher and then Bright Steel one of these. Actually, that's pretty good for us though. Let's just ignore the Jagged Butcher for now. Let's just get all the challengers on here.
Got your back.
Alright, we get this. We get this. We get this. Stack with all these, push for damage. I don't mind if this dies. It's not a big deal.
Hide no longer.
Okay, take 6. Good. Our field's pretty weak to Nocturne, but it's only 1 out of 5 here. So we should be fine. Alright, so we can draw... So we can draw Misfortune, we can draw Genevieve. That's a decent spell. It's good because we're ahead in field control, so that's fine. 7 mana, so we can do this turn and play Laurent Protege.
Light flowers upon my blade.
Which we're gonna do.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
We were peaceful once.
This hand's nice. It shows you like how you play without Misfortune. Sometimes I'll usually have Quinn here too, but not right now. All right.
For truth. No more
Don't really
hiding.
mind any of this. Yeah, I think we just go to 7 here. It means we have to kill next turn. They're like 100%, which is kind of scary. I think I'd rather... Okay, so it's petals. These are gems. 3 gems, 2 petals, 2 unknown cards. Alright, so like, one thing we could do here is riposte on this, just to make it so we have 1 more card in the field than him. But, so we're wider than him, but then we can't play Jagged Butcher, which would do the same thing anyway. So I guess we'll just let it go and go to 7. A bit scary, but it is what it is. There was debate for like blocking this on the 2-1, just so interesting. Just so just so we get rid of a blocker and stuff, but then he could have Poke Cascade. And I just don't think it's worth the risk. But it would have saved us 2 health, which made it hard to kill with the Cygnus, which is kind of important. Alright. See how much damage we're doing here. This is good. We definitely kill the Nightfall creatures because they act for Nocturne's level up. Makes it inconvenient for him. Alright, would you Relentless Pursuit here? Should honestly be fine. There's no reason to attack with just a scout here, because he can just block and then it gives an action to play something. So we have game here, and if he has Unspeakable Horror, then we have the Riposte.
Temperamental as moonlight.
And we have Blitzboot. That is just insanely greedy. That's so greedy. Alright, let's just Riposte here. Go for game. Alright. Well, there you are.